put a finger in my face and yelled, "I've done more for victims than you ever will." Then I said to her some few choice words.
You know what's hard is when the President of the United States then give me the respect of watching me. While I'm doing my thing, maybe I want to play it again. Well, it doesn't mean what does that mean? I put a finger in my face and yelled I've done more for victims than you ever. Well, then I said to her some few choice words. I cannot repeat here's what's not going to happen today. We're not going to do this turn on the television. Girl, where are you going? Where are you going? I'm leaving y'all, you know. When you're a certain age, you use words that you know from when you're a kid, or you remember saying. And that's what I did today. I shouldn't have to learn that when you make it about Black Lives Matter, people kind of ask, well, are you up prefers the TV is still there. Music. The celebrity grapevine claims that Whoopi Goldberg is stirring up trouble at The View once more, and that her shenanigans are set to make her co-hosts roll their eyes on the upcoming episode. However, here's the twist. It appears that Whoopi is in full damage control mode. The moderator apologized in a video posted to The View's Twitter account after discussing Donald Trump's loss of the 2020 presidential election on air, and using a term that is considered offensive to people of Romani heritage. The term was used to refer to those who still believe that he was somehow cheated in the election. You heard that right. She has been churning out apologies left and right like she's on a redemption tour or something. I'm very sorry. In her video apology from December of last year, Goldberg claimed to have also expressed regret for her egregiously insensitive remarks on the Holocaust. In response to my comments from earlier this year, she said that she had spoken to people, including rabbis, about them, and that it was never her intention to come across as being contradictory. Roughly 10 months ago, initially saying that the Holocaust was not about race, but rather human inhumanity, Goldberg made the public statements during an episode of The View. She later expressed regret and was suspended for 2 weeks from the program. However, Whoopi is back at it, and this time her remorse might not be enough. In fact, her supporters think her co-host should fire her from the show because of all the commotion she is already provoking with her most recent misadventure. The talk show host Whoopi had harsh criticism for Jason Aldean's most recent music video. She questioned the use of symbols from the Black Lives Matter movement, claiming that the protesters were only defending one another in their community from what they perceived to be injustice. Just be aware that when you bring up Black Lives Matter, some people will kind of ask, well, are you obviously against that? Jason, on the other hand, responded to Whoopi's charges during one of his gigs with a strong demonstration of support and resiliency. Dean passionately discussed the significance of doing it in a small town and the elements that went into choosing the courthouse as the site, regardless of color or ethnicity, as he directly addressed the controversy. Alden tweeted that he has been accused of releasing a pro-lynching song, a song that has been out since May and was the subject of the comparison that I directly quote. He was not happy with the nationwide BLM protests and expressed his disappointment with the music industry's double standards, where songs promoting violence, drug use, and destruction are accepted. There have been a variety of responses to Whoopi Goldberg's candid comments regarding Jason Aldean's contentious music video from fans. While some fans have agreed, others have expressed outrage. There isn't a single song lyric that alludes to or refers to race, and there isn't a single video clip that isn't actual news. Someone needs to stand up to these self-styled virtue signalers because their beliefs are not virtuous and they are stupid, accusing Whoopi of betraying her values throughout the entire performance in order to defend the graphic nature of the video. Another in virus concurred, saying she believes these women. There should be legal action against The View and the network, since there is a fine line between free expression and slander or defamation. Last week, Miss Whoopi had a major meltdown that had everyone's jaws on the floor if the topic of discussion was all about couples who were having trouble getting a long hold onto your wigs because Whoopi is making viewers of the show feel bad. And this is just the tip of the iceberg in recent weeks. Oh, gorgeous Whoopi decided to step it up a notch and began disclosing more information than anyone could handle about our gal. Speaking about water resistance and poolside antics, Alyssa Farah Griffin of Ignatius 34 provided some naughty data concerning couples engaging in amorous behavior in public spaces. Yes, what you heard is true. When it came to the Deets and Whoopi, 80-year-old Joy Behar, who is still going strong, couldn't help herself. When the show's producer, Brian Tennant, tried to slow her down, Whoopi was unfazed. She said, "Hold up, you told me to become involved, and now you want to silence me." The draw was out of this world, but our girl is more than just that. These recent weeks have seen Whoopi at her best. Unleash a verbal barrage on the broadcast that was akin to a summer thunderstorm about the present topic. Can you believe that? In a jaw-dropping display of uncensored candor, DeSantis defended Florida's new school curriculum, which some have claimed implies that slaves benefited from their own forced labor. Our Oscar-winning diva stormed out, calling DeSantis a disgrace on live television. Whoopi was hotter than a freshly brewed cappuccino and wasn't going to let DeSantis off the hook as her co-host Alyssa Farah Whoopi spoke on the topic with the confidence of a seasoned orator. And her passion was evident as the studio audience watched the conversation with wonder develop. She denounced attempts to downplay the horrors of slavery while giving a speech that could move mountains, but her passion didn't end there. The studio audience erupted in applause as Anna Navarro passionately defended the importance of teaching the brutal reality of history. However, the drama didn't end with the guests, as even Alyssa Farah Griffin, who is typically poised a front-row view to the cultural wars as a Floridian herself, "How dare you, shame on you people in Florida," she yelled as DeSantis appeared to be fanning. Voice her displeasure with DeSantis and Griffin lamented, "I miss the Ron DeSantis I knew in the house." As the cameras cut to commercial, it was a brief respite from the verbal fireworks and a chance to catch our breath before the storm resumed. When the show resumed from the break, Whoopi didn't let up. She rallied her co-stars. The show's supporters eventually erupted online in response to Whoopi's remarks. How can this venom-hating woman spew so much hate against anyone who disagrees with her beliefs and still be on TV? And in response, she received several comments from fans simply saying yes. Another fan claimed that as the months go by, the show only seems to get worse because lefty females always make themselves seem bad. When they asked if they cared if it got canceled, they heard, "Don't cancel it, because we need to have something to laugh at." According to whispers in the air, the directors of the video are allegedly practically panicking about whether to let Whoopi stay and try to salvage the wreckage or to let her go and take a chance on everything.